Guys, welcome back. Today I am going to just share with you some of the kits that I've put together for my Etsy shop. So I've got a couple of different, well, I've got 3 different kits actually. I'm getting a real pile here of these kits that I've made, and I'm very excited because this is the first, oh, those aren't, that's not supposed to be in there. I've made a few, I've never put together kits before, so this is my first time and I'm really excited about them. So I thought I would just do a little share of what's in these kits so that you know what is available. So first off, I'm going to start with, I have 3 of these little, hope they're all in frame, little garden kits. So they're fairly well the same. As you can see, this one has this, they've got different pocket at the front, but it's actually got the reverse, the other one on the back there, the other paper that matches. I was just using up the scraps from them as the pockets, so that's what I've done there. And they're all the same. Well, they're all you know, same as they can be, really. You know, they've got different pieces in them, but they've got the same types of items in them. So I thought I would just go through and show you what is in these little gardening kits. So each of them have a few of these little fussy cut kind of images, beautiful florals. Here, I'm actually going to just remove everything out of here and then I'll go through what's in here with you guys. Just so that I've got everything out and I'm not going to fuss around anymore. Everything out of there. Yes, cool. So this is the pocket. It's just made out of scrapbooking paper, stitched into the 2 layers here that you can tuck things in. So that's the pocket. Then we've got the few little fussy cut botanical images. In the back we have these beautiful vintage New Zealand, oh what was it, New Zealand Gardener magazine, and these are the most gorgeous magazines. They've got this beautiful old patinaed colour. They have the most amazing ads in them. I absolutely love these. Look at these ads. I just think that they're beautiful. What's on the back of that one? See, tomato ad. I just think they're so cool. They're just awesome, awesome pages out of this old magazine. Really, really cool. And they're all, of course, different pages, but they've all got really cool ads. I tried to evenly spread the beautiful vintage ads out. And then you have a front cover and a back cover of these magazines too. So they're beautiful vintage looking magazines, and I absolutely love this wee image of a family gardening together out on the back cover. I just think that's so cute. So you've got those beautiful magazine images there too. I can't remember how many pages you got. So you get the front and back cover, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 magazine pages. You get one of these little postcards. This is not old, but it's a gorgeous wee postcard. You get a wee folded tag, and in here we've got 5 little tea cards about gardening just tucked inside of there. We have, this is one of my favorite books that I've found thrifting. It's got these just glorious images of roses on them. Absolutely stunning rose photos. The colours are vibrant and gorgeous. Then you've got a little card, just a wee plain card here, and it's got this beautiful little country cottages with wee gardens. Here's a wee pocket thing that I've put together, and it's got these lovely rose images on it. And inside of here we have, what do we have here? We have some more of these beautiful vintage ads, but these ones are not full pages. These are just cut apart ads that I pulled out of that magazine. So I've got one for an all-purpose sprayer, for carnations. This is a Christmas present one. Gladioles, slug bait, miniature roses, and a plant specialist store as well. And they're just beautiful vintage ads. I absolutely love them. And of course, each of the 3 different packs is going to have a different set of ads because I've cut them out of, cut them out of the magazine, but I just think they're gorgeous. Then we have this mini pocket with a little, it's made out of craft paper with a little bee stamped on the corner there. Inside of here we have a stack of these little vintage floral stamps and some stamp-like stickers. They're not vintage, but they are lovely. So we've got those tucked in there. There's a lot actually in there. I'm not going to pull them all out to count them. I can see there's quite a few though. We have a wee tag made out of some of that beautiful rose paper again, rose book page. Then another wee pocket made from another one of the vintage ads. And then inside of here, we have some washi stickers. We have some little fussy cut florals, a Tim Holtz butterfly, some wee green sticker tickets, and another one of the fussy cut images. And that is the gardening pack that will be going up for sale in my Etsy store. I'm thinking that my Etsy store is going to reopen on the 3rd of January here in New Zealand. So for a lot of people overseas, that might be the 2nd of January for you, but for me here, it will be the 3rd of January. So that is what is inside my little gardening packs. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in there. A lot of beautiful little things, including these gorgeous, my favourite would have to be these old New Zealand Gardener magazine things. They're just absolutely beautiful. I love them. And this wee pack is, let me just measure it out for you. It is nearly 9 inches by 6-ish inches, nearly 6. So it's a good size pack. And there's a lot in there. So that was my gardening pack, and I'll pop that back together in a bit. Next up, we have my vintage colour pack. Well, it's not really vintage. There's just some, it's not vintage. Let me start again. It's not vintage. It has some vintage book pages and some vintagey looking things, but it's a more of an eclectic looking packet here. It's got a lot of colour in it, a lot of interesting bits and pieces. So let's go ahead and have a look at what is in here. So we'll start with the biggest. Well, let's start from the top. We've got a little handmade envelope with made out of some scrapbooking paper. And inside of here we have some stickers, some images that have been cut out of books. We've got some little money from a game. What else do we have in here? We have a lot of vintage stamps that are all different colours. And I think we have a few, yeah, it's stickers and stamps and some cut apart images from books. Oh, and the money. And the money in this little mini envelope. Here we have a few little vintage wallpaper scraps. This is actually the scraps from another kit that I'll be showing you next from the vintage kit. So those were just some scraps I had, and so I just tucked them into this kit too. We have these sweet little animal stickers. We have one of my bright and colourful journaling cards made out of the paint chips with some fabric sewn onto them, and then you've got the back with some white paper sewn on. Here we have an index card that has a bit of fabric sewn on the side. We have a whole selection of playing cards here. Playing cards and game cards, game pieces, things like that. Whole selection of game bits there. We have a beautiful colourful napkin that's got this green and yellow sort of almost abstract floral print or something. We have this little lot of stickers that are about, they've got the days of the week on them. Some more stickers with some airmail kind of stickers. We have a garment tag. We have here a image cut out of a book. We have a postcard, an authentic postcard. It's quite old. It's not like super old, but it's not new. It's beautiful postcard. We have a random photo cue card there. We have 2 little label stickers. This is a piece of this beautiful lot of, what is it? Adhesive stuff that you stick on your books. I can't remember what it's called right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not there. So it's, you know what I'm talking about, the stuff that you seal your school books with. And I just cut out there's a different image in each pack. So this one has the little cowboy riding a horse. And they're super, super cute images, they're just the most adorable little images. So this one's got the little cowboy. There's a few pieces of this coloured paper, and this coloured paper, you might think, why have I included this? Well, actually, this paper is junk paper. This paper is paper that the school I work for was actually throwing in the bin, and so I decided I'm going to rescue that paper. It's perfectly good paper, absolutely usable, and so I rescued it, and I thought I would share a bit of it with you guys in these packs. Each of the packs have a book page that has cars on it it's a little golden book images, and they are the sweetest illustrations. They have these, a floral book page, they have some more floral book pages, and I've left them just ripped how they came out of the book. I don't know how you want to do it. You can trim them down, you can cut out the images, you can cut out the words, whatever you want to do. That's up to you, but some people liked the ripped edge, so I thought I'm not going to cut that off and then they have to rip it further if they want that ripped edge. There's this vintage children's books with these beautiful images. They're all different parts of the book, so you're going to get different stories, different images in each pack. Here's some more of it. This is actually a different book. I've got a few of these vintage children's books, and so you're getting one page from each of the different books, and I've got these just such sweet illustrations in them. So cute. Here is a nursery rhymes, another vintage children nursery rhyme book, and then last of all we've got these beautiful pieces of wrapping paper that are so bright and colourful and fun. So that's all that's in this pack, guys. This pack is full of beautiful colourful illustrations and stickers and all sorts of gorgeous things. So this one is very exciting. This one, oh, it's so hard. Actually, I can't choose which is my favourite pack that I've made up. I think they're all really, really fun, and I would be excited to purchase any one of them. Honestly, I've tried really hard to make sure that all of them are really even, and so no one's getting a better pack than anyone else. They're really evenly spread out. So that's the colourful illustrations pack. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but you'll see it if you're looking for it in Etsy. And then we've got a vintage pack, so I'm going to move this pack right up out of the way. Then we've got this pack here, and these larger packs are going to come in one of these, and I actually might even put the small gardening one inside one of these too, just to protect it from the weather. Just having that plastic layer, just in case it's raining where you are. I just wanted to keep them sort of packaged up, and I'll tape them down so that they're sort of waterproof, sort of. So this is a vintage lady pack. So each of them have a vintage photo of a lady. They're all different photos. And this one's just a piece of a photo, actually, I think. But it's a sweet little image. And then they've also got another vintage photo, which is a little mini photo of a landscape or a castle or something like that. Then they both have, I'll pop those to the side. They both have these postcards, vintage black and white postcards. One of them will have a glossy finish and one of them has a matte finish. We have a small brown envelope, and inside of the envelope there are vintage stamps, there are washi stickers, there are black and white floral cut-apart images. The envelope is stuffed with these beautiful little goodies. We then have another postcard. This one is not a vintage postcard. It has a vintage sort of looking image on the front, but it is not actually vintage. So you could use this however you please. We have these little vintage French book pages. One of them will have a sweet little image of a girl, and the others are just the text. We have some more of those lovely gardening, New Zealand Gardener magazine pages, and they are lovely. These are from this is from 1955, and they just are beautiful. So there'll be one piece that's still together that folds out like this, and then one single piece that didn't have the other page attached to it. We then have some hymn book paper, lovely hymn book paper. It's got beautiful music and the text on it. We have an Edith Holden book page. We have a sweet little poetry page. We have a piece of like note paper. It's not actually vintage, but it has a real vintage feel to it. We have one of these paper doilies that I've folded in half because it didn't fit in otherwise. So that's just folded in half. You can use that as you please. This is also not vintage at all, but I thought it was super cute. And I know that a vintage lady would probably keep her recipes in something like this if she had it. So these are recipe book pages. They'll have some recipe on them, and they have some plain writing area for you to write on your own recipes or whatever you want to choose to do with this. Then we have 2 larger sheets of music paper here, and I've had to fold them in half too because they were much too big. We have a piece of really old large dictionary paper, and 2 pieces of these wallpapers, which I think are lovely. I got them recently and they're just beautiful. This one's so textured. This one, I think, I actually have no idea how old either of them are, but this one is really, really textured and gorgeous. And then this one has the beautiful purple kind of little flowers and the cream striped background. I just think they're absolutely lovely. And so that is what's inside my Vintage Ladies pack. So those 3 different types of packs will be going up in my Etsy store, I think, like I said, probably on the 3rd of January. January is when I'm opening again. So if you're interested in any of these packs, keep an eye out for them coming out in early January. And I'm hoping that they won't be too expensive for you guys. I haven't decided on pricing yet. You will see the pricing actually when I open up again. But I'm thinking I would like to have them as cheap as I possibly can make them. Because I want to share my stuff. I love all of these things. I think they're beautiful and I'd love to share. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope that I'll see you in my Etsy store having a look at these things on the 3rd of January. And I will see you then, guys. Bye!